Baby, either Rock got huge cojones or everybody gonna get popped. She messing with the Italians now. Y'all ready to talk about it? Cue the music. Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or for discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out. Look how I just bossed it out. Now come on, baby, why you bugging? We can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no, I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
Cause oh yes, bitches and hoes, I'm back. Back with another video. We're here to discuss Raising Kanan Season 2, Episode 4. Rock about to get everybody popped. That's just where I'm at with it. I get it, Rock, you a strong black woman. But girl, is you really using your brain or what is you doing? We need to know. Let's get started. So the episode opens up. They got a bus going down out of Jersey. And the bus gets robbed. The Italians pull up and everybody and everything got to go. They robbed the bus. So now I'm like, oh my God, what is Rock and Marvin and all them gonna think when they find out that basically they got robbed out of all of their products? Like, I'm confused, but we'll see here coming up in a minute. Now Rock meets up with Cartier Don down there at the doggone art gallery, and she was just like, you know, hey boo. He was like, you know, I'm surprised you even came and met me. You was acting funny the last time I saw you. And she was like, you know, I just had a lot on my mind. Either way, Rock finds out that Cartier Don is basically washing his money through the doggone art gallery. Now you see, you gonna need him, girl. You need an art gallery or something like the art gallery to wash your money. Because like he said, what's most important to you? What's the most valuable thing you have? And she said, your cash. She said, my cash is what I have. But it turns out you need someone to wash that money. You can't just be around here spending all that type of cash. Now, you need to be hollering at Cartier Don. I know he's not the most handsome man. We all know that. But nevertheless, he got a little something you might want to use later on, Rock. Take note. Let's move on. We move to the next scene. Kanan go see his Uncle Vernon because he's trying to find out who the hell his daddy is. But he go see Uncle Vernon in prison. Uncle Vernon was like, you know, they told me I'm sorry, I had family here, but who the hell is you? And then Kanan said, oh, I'm DEFCON's son. And he was like, oh, you know what? You look just like your pa. Shout out to you. Yeah, you know, your daddy, he was that dude. Like, he, you know, around your age, he had everything popping. The bitches was on their knees doing whatever he wanted or whatever. You need to get with it, right? But Kanan is over there trying to figure out more about his pop. So he was just like, well, you know, what do you think about my dad? Because, you know, I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. Now, Uncle Vernon feels some type of way. He was like, wait, is you trying to say my brother ain't your daddy? Because he'll be down here raising hell if he was here. And Kanan was like, no, it's not that. And he asked him if Rock was saying something different. He said no. He just wanted to know because the streets was talking. Uncle Vernon said, boy, look, you is your daddy's son. You got his smile and his mannerisms and all that in the third. Let me just say this. Black people, stop assuming that the child is for a certain dude because they act alike. You know, we good for that. Oh, you just like your daddy. Whole time ain't the daddy. Y'all got to stop that. But Uncle Vernon said, boy, that's your paw. Say what I said, and you really need to get on your game. Right now, you need to be popping like your daddy was. He had respect in these streets. You need that same respect. You all diesel and all that, but you need the respect in these streets. So Kanan was like, well, let me get up out of here. And he said, you know, cigarettes done went up. Put something on your Uncle Vernon books. That's why I don't deal with people in jail. Ain't got nothing on the books. Sorry, don't want to do it. Anyway, we move on. Lou is in the studio and finds that the mixing machine is gone. So now Crown come up in there and Crown was just like, oh, what's up? And Lou was like, bro, what you mean what's up? Like the studio, the mixing machine is gone. We need that to put the music out. And then Crown was like, look, I had to do that because I had to, you know, cover some expenses or whatever. But don't worry about it. I got it under control. Lou ends up hemming up pro Crown. And listen, Crown, you is barking up a real hard and tall tree. I'm sorry. Crown, you light skinned, you ain't cut like that. You got to stop acting like that. Lou gonna pop you upside the head. But Lou was like, man, look, I ain't tripping, but just know if I need to trip, I will. And then Crown's whole thing is, I got it under control. I'm gonna get it taken care of. Just give me a second. Lou ain't trying to hear that because you know the studio is where he really wanna be. Crown, you better get the doggone mixing board. Let's move on. Marvin is outside of the jail, and he's out there. He finds out that they got robbed. I guess Warrell called him and said, yup, we got robbed. Kanan comes outside, and Kanan was just like, oh, what's up? And, because he brought Kanan down there to see his uncle. And he asked Kanan, did you get anything from that? And he was just like, not really. It was just really on something I don't know no more than I knew when I walked in this thing. Right? And so Marvin was like, your Uncle Vernon, he ain't work shit. Child, he used to rob them old women for their welfare checks. He ain't work that. He ain't work nothing. He ain't worth a dime. I get what you're trying to do, but listen, we your family. Don't worry about none of that other stuff. Long as we here, you good. But Kanan need more answers. It's just not enough for him. He need more answers. But I feel like he gonna get his answers because he gonna keep investigating. As you should. But yeah. Marvin is just like, listen, family is all that matters, girl. Family matters, TV show, NBC. Let's move on. Juke goes down to her mama house. She rang the doorbell and she was thinking about leaving, but she ended up staying. And the mama opened the door and was like, hey, baby, come on in. Is it me, or do a lot of women who used to be hoes and doing a lot of frivolous shit when they was young, they end up turning their life over to God when they older and acting like they all Christian and whatnot? That's the vibe I'm getting from Juke Mama. But Juke Mama tell her, come on in. She was like, come on in. I need to see you and talk to you or whatever. And the mamas was like, listen, you are a wonderful surprise. I'm so happy you came. And Juke was just like, oh, thanks. And the mama tried to do small talk, and Juke was like, skirt, skirt, why you left me? I mean, I'm looking at these old photos. Mama want me to meet these people down there at the church. I don't care about none of that. Why would you leave me? And the mom was like, listen, girl, I was young. I was not much older than you. I had a baby and a man, and I got scared. I ran. That's basically what it is. But Juke, I don't think Juke is really taking too kind of that. Juke is just like, you know what? In my opinion, Juke is thinking, I would never do that to my child. But Juke wants a relationship with her mother because obviously she has none with Marvin. So she needs that. And the mom was like, listen, the Lord brought you here to me. When I went and I left you the first time, I was supposed to go to California and be a singer and all these things. But it ended up not working out like that. So now I'm here and the Lord brought you to me. But this is my thing, Mama Juke. Oh, you've been living in New York all this time. Why you ain't never go pull up on Juke? And like Juke said, come on now, why you ain't come back earlier? And she was like, well, I came back when you was 10, but I ain't want to come back so soon and just pop up on you like that. Mama Juke, I get your plan was to be rich and do everything you wanted to do, but that didn't work out according to plan now. Don't sit up here and act like I said in the other review with the Real Housewives, why do we just forgive our parents? That's why the cycle keeps repeating. And Juke's situation is different because she don't have a good relationship with her dad, but I just don't like that. It's just not, it's just not for me. But like Juke Mama said, listen, I feel like a daughter needs to be with her mama. I want you to come be with me. Now, I think Juke really is squinting her eyes, but she want a relationship with her mama. She, like the lady said, I don't want forgiveness, just give me a chance. Juke gonna give her a chance for sure. Let's move on. So Lou and Marvin go see, and Kanan, I'm sorry, they go see Rock. So now Lou and Marvin is over there talking to Rock, and she asked Kanan about his visit with Vernon, and Kanan was like, it is what it is. But they tell Kanan, go sit your ass in the room. Now the house stinks. She over there spraying doggone air spray and all that stuff. And this is the thing. I had two thoughts. Number one, I talked to this dude who used to deal a lot of drugs, and had a lot of cash money. And I didn't know this, but apparently when you have a lot of money, it make the house stink. Didn't know. I ain't never had enough to even smell it in my purse. So I wouldn't have knew. But I'm feeling like maybe it's a dead body or something, in there or whatever. But they shoo Kanan off to the side. Kanan, go sit your ass down. We got to have a conversation. So Kanan goes off into the room. And, he's in there spraying the air spray because there's a lot going on. But basically, Marvin is trying to tell Rock, look, we in some shit with these Italians. I get how we do with the niggas, but the Italians hit different, fat. We got to move a little different. We got to move a little harder and a little different. On the flip side, Kanan is in that room and he ends up going into a closet and finding shoeboxes worth of money. Or full of money for that matter. He steals some and he gonna use that for his homeboy Famous. And it's just like, Kanan, your mama gonna find out you stealing from her, bro. Is it really worth it for your little partner? Who knows? But listen, Rock ain't here for the Italians or nobody. Rock was just like, I don't care about none of that. It is what it is. Ain't nobody gonna stop me from selling my product wherever I want to sell it. Set up the meeting. That's it. Anyway, We move on. Neek goes into the store with Juliana. Now, keep in mind, he just kidnapped the lady and had her held for ransom. Now, he goes into the store, and in my mind, I say his baby mama must have told him. Well, I know she told him, because they said it. She told him, yeah, you know, I be seeing that lady, and then I know Rock in there, and Rock be hiding her stuff back there. So now Neek feels like I'm going to leverage this. Neek goes into the store, and he buys a Sprite, and he's over there talking about, you know, it's business. It's nothing personal. Let bygones be bygones. You know, he paid for it with a $20 bill. And back in the 80s, I'm pretty sure a Sprite was like 25 cents. Oh, that's a lot of change. But he said, you know, just keep that. I got you, fat. Juliana is damn scared in her socks, as she should be. I would be. Because my thing is, if you got me hiding your money, you ain't got enough clout and enough resources to tell this dude, go sit the hell down. Make it make sense. I'm with Juliana on that. Anyway, we move on. Lou want to go holler at Rock. So Lou goes holler at Rock, and he wants to talk to her, and she's walking with Kanan, and he tells Kanan, shoe fly, don't bother me. Kanan was just like, listen, man, y'all got to stop dismissing me like I'm a little boy. I'm really outside in these streets. Y'all got to stop this now. And, you know, Rock was like, I get it. You a man, but go ahead and go about your business. Okay, so now Lou is asking Rock for a loan. He wants a loan because basically they ain't got no mastering or mixing table. He need a couple of dollars. And like Rock said, listen, first of all, my money is your money. First of all, let's say that and let's start there. Secondly, what the hell is you doing? You got to put the business first. Because I get you got your little hobby with the music thing and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I need you here. I need your mind and your soul and your body right here. Because like she said, I got you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to give you a little loan or whatever. But remember what's most important. I don't know if Lou feel like that's most important, but it is to Rock. And that's just what it was. So now we move on to the next scene. Rock goes on to ask Kanan if he got what he needed to know out of Uncle Vernon. And he said, I didn't really get much, but it is what it is. And then he asked her if she wanted him. He was like, listen, mama, why you wanting me to kill that cop? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's not adding up. The math not mathing. And Rock was like, listen, he was going to send you up top to do $120. I had to get you out there to kill him, because if you didn't kill him, listen, you would have been in jail. He wanted you to snitch on me. I had to do what I had to do. But it's not really sitting right for Kanan, because Kanan was like, listen, I know you want me to kill the ops and all that stuff, because the ops is the ops, but it just don't make no sense. Rock, one thing about Rock, she good on doggone coming up with a lie at the last minute in the fourth quarter. I'm here for it, though. Let's move on. Juke goes to the house, and she's trying to get some clothes to go down there to go to church with her mama. And she walks in her room and sees that her room is all made up. You know, Marvin done painted. He done bought some new things. Everything clean. You know, it's not like it was when he done choked her ass up and left her in there. And she's just looking around like, what the hell my daddy got going on? Either way, she goes in the closet to get some clothes. And then Marvin happens to come in. When Marvin comes in, he was just like, oh, you like the room? I felt like the things that I put in here you would like. This is all for you. Juke ain't trying to hear it. Juke is over it. Juke was just like, all right, bet. She leaves. Now, Rock, Lou, and Marvin go up to meet with the Italians. That's the scene behind me. Rock, Lou, and Marvin go meet with the Italians. And Sal, I believe his name is, said, don't nobody sell no work in Jersey without me. Period. You got to pay the toll. What is you doing? And Rock is over there saying, well, I didn't even know, first of all, you was even active because I ain't see you. And like Sal said, you ain't got to see me. I'm always in these streets. Active. At the end of the day, you gonna do what I say. And you're not gonna come in my spot and sell no pop and sell no work without me knowing. That's just what it is. Here's the number, pay the toll. Now, this is what I did like about Rock. Rock didn't even look at the number, balled it up and said, I ain't paying a goddamn thing. Gonna sell my work, and walked off. Now, in the midst of that, Lou is over there trying to apologize to the Italians, and Rock ain't feeling that. Because when Rock walked off, she was just like, why are you trying to talk to me? First of all, don't ever speak for me. First of all. And second, you falling like a bitch. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't ever sit up there and apologize on my behalf. I ain't apologizing. I ain't messing with these Italians. Now, Lou's whole thing is, I get what you're saying, sis, but this is big. Like, we not messing with the regular niggas on the corner. Like, this is a mob we dealing with. Rock feels like I get it, but I said what I said. Now, what I did like about Sal was like, I like her. She got some cojones on her. Go ahead on. But when Rock gets in the car, Lou tell Marvin, you know I'm right. You know I'm right, but you just won't say nothing because you a little bitch. Who is really the bitch? Is it Marvin for not saying that she wrong, or is it Lou for bitching up in front of that white man? Somebody let me know. Let's move on. Kanan is at the party with Famous. Famous throwing a whole party. It's lit. You know, he got his apartment. Crown got another apartment and all that. And he makes a toast. He wants to give a toast to Kanan because he said none of this will be possible without my best friend Kanan. Kanan foot the bill for all of this. Shout out to Kanan. What we don't know is, or what he don't know is, Kanan stole that money from his mom. And when Rock find out, everybody getting evicted, right? So now we get a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. It's the girl Kira and her mama. Now her mama looked like her sister because Kanan was like, oh, hey, you and your sister, what's up? And Kira was like, look, we ain't here for all that. We just here to tell you, keep it down. The lady upstairs be calling the police. You doing a lot, right? And so the mama was like, first of all, I'm not her sister. I'm her mama. And then furthermore, yeah, you're doing too much. So now Kanan is giving the mama eyes. Kanan, is you going to try to smash the mama? I ain't even going to be mad and say you shouldn't. But I'm just trying to figure out. But Kira says, can I stay, a little bit with Kanan and talk to him or whatever? And the mom was like, I mean, I guess. You could pull up on him or whatever. So the mama ends up leaving, but Kanan was looking out the door like he still want to smash. Now, in the midst of this, doggone Crown comes in the house party, looking like R. Kelly. Lord, looking at the young girls. And you know what's crazy? I was talking about this the other day. Back in the day, don't ask me the dates, but back in the day, a lot of grown men was around house parties for high school kids. I remember when we threw our senior party, we put flyers up on the pole. This is before social media. You had to put the flyers up. And we had grown-ass men in their 30s there. And I remember thinking, these some old-ass men, why are they here? But ultimately, that was the culture. So Crown is in there, he got his tape. He hollered at Juke. Juke ain't trying to hear it. But he tells Juke, look, Juke, I got a song for you. I've been working on it. I got this track. I really want you on it. But Juke ain't trying to hear that. I don't blame you, Juke. I wouldn't want to deal with him neither, but you might need to at least play the tape to see what's going on, because we do know Crown have that heat. I'm just saying. We move on to the next scene. Detective Howard is over there clapping cheeks, but apparently he ain't built for it tough. He clapped him a little bit too early, if it makes sense, because he's Detective Howard, what is you doing? Now you got this girl over there doing all the things she's paid to do, and you can't even last. Make it make sense. This don't make no sense. But the girl Andrea was just like, what's up with you? And he was like, first of all, apologies for, the early arrival. And then secondly, I just want to tell you I got a son. And he's the same age as your son, and it's big for me. And she was like, that's crazy. You never told me that. That's insane. She was like, but ultimately, if you got a son, you need to be in your son's life. Because like Detective Howard was saying, was like, listen, I want to be there. I want to be there for my son and do this, that, and the third. He was like, but somehow I'm not getting through to him. Andrea was like, listen, you got to be there for your children. You can say everything you want, but if you ain't there, none of that shit matters. You have to show them that you there, and you have to be there. You can't just, pull up and say you the daddy and everything goes off without a hitch. You got to be there. He got to know that you are in his corner. Let's move on. Rock pull up on Juke and asked if she seen Kanan. And she was like, I ain't seen him, but I do know he got a house party with Famous. And I'm going to pull up on him later. Let me know if you want me to ask him a couple things. I'll ask him. And so now Rock is just like, oh, okay. Now she's wondering how the hell Famous having a house party, let alone a house. And then, Juke decides to tell Rock, listen, I rolled up on my mama. I saw her. And Rock was like, did you reach out to her? Did she reach out to you? And, Juke was like, I kind of followed her and stalked her and reached out to her. But Rock's whole thing is, listen, I get it. Just because they're your blood don't mean you believe or you deserve to be in their life, or they deserve to be in your life. At the end of the day, your family is the people who take care of you. That's just that. But, Juke ain't here for that. Juke wants to have a relationship with her mama. I don't really blame her. But it is what it is. Let's move on. Warrell tells Marvin that he short on the money because shit just ain't working out the way he thought it would. Now, Marvin was like, well, why? Like, why are you short on the money? Because, see, what we do know is Warrell's over there playing both sides. He giving Neek the drop, you know what I'm saying? Which is why I don't understand how they can get robbed and nobody asks no questions. You get it? But you giving Neek the drop and then you're not even making the money. But Marvin's whole thing is, bro, you work for us. Like, I get it. You trying to move like Neek showed you and taught you how to move, but you work for us. Like, what are you doing? Warrell's whole thing is, listen, I got caught up. I'm sorry. you know, I made a mistake, but Marvin is like, you work for us, do it our way or no way. You know, you got to make these moves, and that's just what it is. And then he asked for her. He was like, did you tell Lou about, you know, being short on this money? And he was like, I ain't tell Lou shit because I can't even find Lou. Lou ain't never around. But we all know why. Lou is always in the doggone studio. But, you know, Marvin, this is what I give Marvin. Marvin knows that somebody's scheming. And that's what he says. Somebody's scheming, and when we find out, whoever it is, even if it's URL, you got to know you're going to meet your maker. We not playing with y'all. I'm sorry, you got to know that. Let's move on. Kanan is in the party making out with the girl Kira. And Juke come in and she's over there, you know, meeting, greeting, seeing Kanan or whatever. Like I said earlier, Crown tried to give her a tape, but she ain't here for it since he told her she need to be a little sexier or whatever. Famous is over there telling you, listen, we back on top, Fat. We about to be big. It's going to be big. All you need to do is be here with the vocals. You my background singer. It's going to be big. Juke's mind is not there yet. She's still worried about her mama and the shit she got going on with her daddy. I think it's going to be a lot for her. Moving on, the Cartier dude. Cartier Don tells Lou, he toasted to Lou, and I'm figuring Cartier bought Lou a new mixing board. But he tell Lou, he was like, listen, you got to be a boss. If you want to be a boss, you got to really be a boss. Like, you can't just be on this bullshit. Like, you got to be the one who lead. You got to lead by example and be the one who lead. Like, you got to do a little more than what you doing. Now, my whole thing is, Lou, if you got doggone Cartier to get you a mixing table, is that going to cut into y'all doggone agreement? I feel like it is. That's just my opinion. I don't know. But yeah, if you got to be a boss, if you're going to be a boss, I'm sorry, like Cartier said, set the pace. Now we move on. Rock is at the store by Juliana getting her money. And Juliana tell her Neek been coming through as he please. Doing whatever he want, threatening me and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I thought y'all was them bitches. What is going on? Why does he feel comfortable enough to just pull up on me like this? You know? And then Rock was just like, you know, it's just business. Don't take it personal, whatever. But like Juliana said, I don't like this type of business. Now, if I'm going to be over here holding your money, you got to be able to hold it down. If I'm going to hold your money, you got to hold it down. You not holding it down. You got to do that. But, you know, Rock don't really care about Juliana. I think she did for a second, but she don't really care. Rock's whole thing is, listen, girl, it's the game. If you get popped, you get popped. It is what it is. But I'm with Juliana. You got to get a handle on Neek because Neek is out here running reckless. Like, it's really bad. I don't like this for y'all. Y'all got to show Neek y'all not the ones to be played with. Y'all, if y'all got to pop the kneecaps or the elbows or whatever, you got to do something. This ain't working out. I'm sorry. Moving to the next scene. Juke is in the closet hanging up her church clothes. And Kanan walks up on her and was like, what the hell you going with all these church clothes? And she lets him know, listen, I found my mama. And my mama want me to come to church, so I brought some clothes over here. And then, you know, Kanan was like, oh shit, I didn't even think about it. Like, how did that go? And she was like, you know, looking in my mama's eyes, I saw me. And that's how I know there was a connection there. And that's my mama. I feel like at this moment, it's making Kanan think about his paw. Because remember, Detective Howard done pulled up on him and said, your mom gonna say I'm crazy. She gonna say this, that, and the third. But you is my son. And I feel like that's what's gonna make him, what we find out later, go back in the episode to say, what's up? He trying to find more information. Because what he do know is his mama is doggone lying to him. And he not here for it. Moving on. Rock and Symphonique is looking at a house. Now, why she went and got Symphonique to look at this house, I think it's because she's in love with him. But she's too hard to even tell him. So they're looking at the house or whatever. Rock liking the house. I'm like, let me show you the bedroom. But Symphonique pulls her to the side and say, girl, what do you want? How can I help you? Because I really feel like you got me around here and I shouldn't be around here. Leave me alone. Let me just go off in my own head and go in peace. Like, you doing too much. And then he also asks her, you never told me why I had to bring Kanan down south. What was going on? Now, you know, Rock in her fashion, she gonna tell a good lie. And was just like, listen, it was just a lot going on. The cops was going crazy. I just want you to take Kanan down there. But what Symphonique knows is that's some BS. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It's some BS. You down here had me running your child down in Virginia because of something bigger than the cops was getting thick. It just don't make no sense. But she's insisting on showing him this bedroom. And Symphonique is just like, girl, leave me out of it. Please, let's move on. Neek is in his store talking on the phone. The detective Burke decides to come in and pay him a visit. She over there talking about, oh, what's up? And he was like, what you want? Like, why you here? And she was like, you know, I saw how they framed you or whatever, and if I was you, I would want to get back at the people who framed me. But you know, Nika hood dude, he a street dude. He was just like, listen, man, I feel what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, you want some clothes? Like, what you need? Like, I'm not here for that or whatever. He's basically denying or declining her offer to basically get back at Rock because she don't believe what the hell going on with Detective Howard. She don't believe her own partner. Get a new partner, Detective Burke. If you feel like shit going on crazy like that, you need to get a new partner. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girl. Why would you be with somebody, even if it's a partner, to find out that doggone damn right? And you know, Detective Burke, since we found out you was a lesbian, no shade, no tea, ain't nothing wrong with it. Dip a pinky toe in it every now and again, but it makes sense why your ponytail be so tight to the back. I know I didn't do last week, but I had to add that part to it. It makes a lot of sense. I'm sorry. Move on. Rock is ready to buy her house. And Stephanie was like, look, I'm happy for you or whatever, but, you know, stop pulling me back into this BS. Like, let me go, fat. Let me fly, spread my wings, and fly away like Mariah Carey. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. But, you know, Rock will never tell him, I'm in love with you. Because, you know, she got the heart like a dude. She'll never tell him, but that's what it is. That's why she's trying to pull you back up in there. And Stephanie, if you keep coming when she calls, she's going to continue to pull you back. You got to stop answering the phone. I'm sorry. But he tells her, listen, I know I always was treated like your vacation, but I want to be your home. Ooh. Cooch wet. Sorry. TMI. Let's move on. Warrell and Marvin is hiding to work in the school bus because that's the way they're going to get up there and put the work up there. So now Warrell gets the bus rolling. He's going up to doggone Jersey, and just so happens he get robbed and make it out with his life. Marvin, Lou, and Rock especially, y'all smarter than that. Y'all know it's got to be something big. You know Warrell is working with doggone Neek. We saw him go out there and talk to Warrell when he was up in that lady's store, in Juliana's store. He is definitely playing both sides, and y'all need to step in and make it happen. I'm sorry, it's just too much going on. You can't tell me they robbed your whole bus and you got away with your life. That's not how robbery in the game works. I'm sorry. But anyway, Rock gets home and she sees Kanan, and she basically says that basically Kanan was just like, listen, you know, I was out with my friends hanging out, and she was like, oh, okay, that's cool, but where you about to go down? He said, well, I don't know, just about to hang out with more of my friends. Ain't nothing much, you know, it's a Monday. We ain't doing too much. We outside, but we really ain't outside. So Rock feels like, let me check on him. As you should, because she ended up following him and find out he went to go see his paw. Let's move on. Now, as she see that Kanan pulls up to doggone Detective Howard's house, you know, he knocked on the door. Detective Howard was like, come on in. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? She sees that. Now she feels some type of way. Now, you know she's going to come up with more lies and more deceit to tell Kanan that man is crazy. He ain't really your paw. Listen, Kanan is on a hunt. He knows that you ain't telling the truth. He might not be 100% sure about Detective Howard being his daddy, but he does know something ain't right. Something in the milk ain't clean. It's basically what he knows. Rock, you're setting yourself up for the kill, fat. Just tell him that's his daddy. He done already asked you, look, why'd you have me shoot at this cop or whatever the case? You done lied and told him the man was trying to get you $120. I get it, but tell that man that's his father. So we can move on. But you know, Kanan gonna find out on his own because he's already doing his own detective work. I ain't mad at it. Drop down in the comment and let me know what y'all thought about this week's episode of Raising Kanan. I know I didn't make it last week. I was in Mexico, having a good old time, you know, and a fiesta. Ask your mom, debate your mom, and talk to her about it. But you know, I'm back. I saw, you know, Detective Howard told Kanan, I'm your pappy. I don't care what your mom say. I'm your pappy. I'm here, and I ain't missing no more episodes. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.